Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mike, and you are listening to Hammered Again. Why are you smiling over there, Laura?
Because you're such a
you got
goober.
that freaking smile on your face.
It's just it feels so good to be back.
Where have we gone? We haven't been anywhere. We've been right here.
We literally haven't done a fucking thing all of January. We're out of excuses.
Well, January's been a busy month. You know, we've got things going on. People have things going on besides being interviewed on our show. I've been doing the carnivore diet, and that's been taken away from my mental capacity. And I'm also been doing this dry thing.
You've been sober.
January, and I am drinking a soda product right now with no alcohol in it and zero sugar. So how about that? Look at me.
He didn't want to advertise what it was, but it rhymes with Ola Oka.
Well, thanks a lot for ruining our surprise, Ryan. We were going to surprise everybody with who you are, our guest. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ryan Cunningham in studio.
Is Ola Oka his calling card?
Ola
is
Oka
that like
is going to be his name on the show?
When someone hears it, they're like, "It's Ryan Cunningham."
I'm gonna do that's my next venture is getting into soda, and I'm gonna use Ola Oka. That'll be my name for my soda.
Ola Oka. I'm sure it's trademarked already somewhere. We aren't the only smart ones to come up with Ola Oka, are you, Ryan?
Yeah, olaoka.com goes directly to Root Beer's website. Pepsi.
We're gonna have to. I don't even know if he's serious or not right now. I don't know if I should check that.
Is that ola-oka.com?
Oh, no dashes.
Okay, Ola Oka, one word.
It's actually olaoka.gov.
Oh my God.
Wait, are you being serious?
It's run by the U.S. Marshals.
Yeah. Well, since they're shutting down like the USPS, you got to find other ways to make their money. So they just buy up all the domains.
Ola Oka it is. It's good. It's a little slow in the beginning. It picks up, and honestly, I've got like an episode and a half left, and I don't want to ruin it, but it's kind of lost me toward the end. I was hoping they were going to go one way with the storyline, and then they went somewhere else, and I don't really care for that somewhere else. But overall, very interesting. It's about this this guy who restores cassette tapes or video cassettes and digitalizes them. So this company hires him to digitalize and restore these cassette tapes from a fire that took place in, I'm assuming, 1981. So it's good. It's good, but the end's kind of lost me, and I was about to make a reference to something that happens in the end per what was going on the computer screen, but no spoilers.
That's how I feel about the most recent Dexter, like, because they revamped Dexter and brought it back. And, I wanted the story to go one way, and it ended in an interesting way.
I'll say I was not expecting that ending, but
oh, you did watch it?
I have watched it, yeah.
Yeah.
And so now I'm wondering if the Sun's going to have a show.
Oh yeah, I think they already renewed it for season 2.
Yeah.
I didn't get into Dexter, so when you were when you said Dexter, I was just gonna
like Dexter's. What I hate is when I tell people I like Dexter and they're like, "Oh, Dexter's Laboratory." I'm like, "Yes." Yeah, that's what I watched from when I was 4.
That is when someone says Dexter, I do equate it to Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, I just got my girlfriend into Dexter because she watched one episode of the new season with me, and then she's like, "Okay, I gotta watch." It was the episode before the series season finale, and then she's like, "All right, well now I gotta go watch the rest of the show, which is 8 seasons." So
that's all.
Yeah, it's an undertaking.
Sorry, you're not going to see your girlfriend for the next however long it takes her to clear that.
Yeah.
But I do the same thing. This one loves like watching shows, and then I'll come over and I'll never forget. I use this experience in a lot of areas in my life. So I think it was last summer I came over and he started Ozark season 3, episode 1. And I'm like, wow, I have no idea what's going on, but this is really interesting.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
What
happened?
I have yet to go back and start Ozark from season 1. I'm just kind of, it's well written when you can just kind of land in the middle of the entire series and know what's going on and still kind of develop relationships with the characters and be invested in it.
Ryan, are you watching Ozark?
No, I'm not. So, well, what I was going to ask is, what are you like? Is she asking questions the entire time? Are you asking questions as the, like, who is this guy? What is he about? Like, I cannot stand that. That always gets me.
Oh, is she that person?
Yeah.
No,
I'm really not.
Really.
Oh, that's good.
Occasionally, when I'm really lost, I'll be like, wait, who is that? And why is it, like, pertinent to what's going on now? But I would say maybe 1 or 2 questions, but I'm definitely not that girlfriend.
I mean, you kind of did it when we were watching Dexter, but I understand that because it's season 9.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
She jumps in watching season 9, so she didn't know who Hannah was. She didn't know who the sister was. She didn't know who his son was and where he came from, the whole backstory.
Now,
so that's a lot to take in with Dexter.
Oh, yeah.
Even jumping into Dexter, I didn't really ask a lot of questions. I think I sat down, I was like, what's this? You were like, it's Dexter. You haven't watched Dexter? And then
and you were like, Dexter's Laboratory.
Right. I am that age, though. So then he started filling me in on Dexter. So I kind of in that respect, I didn't even ask a lot of questions. You were just like,
not really. Yeah.
Here's the brief synopsis, the Cliff Notes, if you will. I'm that old too. Do they still do Cliff Notes?
I think Cliff Notes might still be out there.
I think that's just what Wikipedia is now.
Yeah, I used Cliff Notes to cheat a lot. Actually, I would just go watch the movies. Like, and did you guys have AR when you were in school?
Accelerated reader, yes.
Yep. So I always would go, like, every time a new Harry Potter movie came out, go and watch it, and then go and get the AR points.
Oh no!
Yeah, you look like you're young, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on. I don't even know what an AR is, except for it shoots bullets.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I also brought that to school.
Oh and then there's me, the optician, who's like, anti-reflective coating on your lenses, duh.
Well, what were you going to say?
I had no idea what an optician. Optician? What is this?
Optometrist.
I'm not an optometrist.
I say it every time.
No, you said, oh my God, it's baffling to me. I'm an optician.
Optician.
So I am essentially like the pharmacist of glasses.
Okay.
So like you go see an eye doctor, they write a prescription, you take that prescription to an optician.
Have you ever gotten in trouble for like selling street glasses?
No. No. Honestly, I don't feel right selling like over-the-counter readers. I'm like, take it easy, okay? It's the light stuff, but it's a slippery slope, okay?
Yeah, but sometimes those over-the-counter readers are on point. Like, I've got
why we're staging Michael's intervention in a week or so.
I've got a pair of readers at every terminal I have in this house. Here, I've got 2 computers in my office and in my bedroom.
He says terminal like he's not talking about bedrooms.
It's a very sophisticated place.
In every bedroom.
8 cameras in every bedroom and 10 pairs of glasses.
That's right.
It's honestly kind of true.
It really is.
And then this is actually kind of funny because his daughter picked up a recording of an argument they were having and she played it back to me and he's mad that she has this recording and I'm like, bro, those are your cameras all over the place.
I got in an argument in my apartment with the police last night and that was in I have a little living room camera and so I went back and like I like to watch how I react to things so I can try to like adjust and like figure out what's wrong with me. And also I saved the recording for my therapist so I could be like, oh, this is what I mean when I say like I can just get angry like that.
Okay, first off, hold on. Let me pause you for a second.
Yeah.
You can't just say you got into an argument with the police. and just go right over that. So what was this argument?
Right
what was this about?
Okay, so here's the issue.
If you don't mind us asking,
Yeah.
of course. I feel like that's a little...
It's just murder. It's okay.
Person.
Yeah, so, no, here's the thing, is that, so the day before yesterday, the kids are playing in the living room, having a good time, and then the cops show up in the middle of the day. It was like 3 o'clock, and they're like, hey, someone was saying that they heard some kids screaming and stomping. Do you guys have kids here? And we were like, yeah, we've got 2 kids here. See you later. And that was the end of it. And so I'm trying to, like, train my 3-year-old to go to bed by herself instead of having me lay there with her the entire time. And so, she's crying a lot during this process, and I'm just moving her and putting her back. So the cops come, and she locked herself in the bedroom. And so I'm, like, trying to get the lock open, and she's crying, like, Daddy, open the door, whatever. So then I hear the knock on the door. I open the door. The cops are there, and they're like, yeah, we heard about a crying kid. I was like, all right, just come in, because I was looking for a screwdriver to unlock the door. So I unlocked the door, and then it was a good time, and she partied with the police.
Your 3-year-old daughter just like holding a chainsaw.
Yeah, and then she shot both police officers, and then backup units came, and that's where things got sticky. Mm-hmm. But so anyways, I was perfectly fine, like, talking with this female police officer, and then her partner walked in, and he, like, came in, he, like, shined his little flashlight in, like, one of my hallways.
Damn cock blocker.
And I just snapped and was like, why?
What are you looking for?
Exactly. I was just like, what are you like,
don't be rude.
Exactly. And I was like, you got to put, like, there's no reason for flashlights. And then he goes, we're here to help you. And I was like, help what? Like, you called because there was a baby crying. There's no longer a baby crying.
Help me?
Yeah, so there's no. And then my girlfriend was like, if you want to help us, you can put her to bed for us. And so then I was like, yeah, like, she's awake. This is not helpful that you guys are here. So, yeah, that was the whole argument with the police. And then I got arrested. And then you guys bailed me out. So I appreciate it. I couldn't have been here tonight if it wasn't for that. So.
Well, I'm glad we could be of service.
We've been really strapped for guests, so.
Yeah, good for us. Yeah.
This is actually filmed from the Folsom County Prison.
Where's Folsom County?
I don't know.
There's
like an old song.
I was like, I thought you were in Wake County.
Johnny Cash. Man.
Well, we're like almost 10 minutes into the show, and we haven't even really talked.
We really haven't introduced our
who is
guest.
Ryan Cunningham. So Ryan, what's going on with you, man? Thanks for being on the show. I know we tried to do this before. We had to reschedule. We finally got you in here, doing a show on a Friday night. That's a first for us, I think, too.
You know something really funny?
What?
I was thinking about that on my drive up here, and I knew in my soul you were going to say, it's our first show on a Friday night, but we've had...
Get the fuck out of here, bitch!
What?
Off I go. But no, I was thinking about that and how you were going to say, oh, it's a show on a Friday night. We've never done that before, but there have been at least 2 episodes.
Yeah, but those
and
were
you
like
said it.
Wow,
early. One of them, she got
said
completely
it both
drunk.
times.
Yeah,
and she still remembers it better than you.
Well, listeners, if you are, if you want to check out the show Laura's referencing, it would happen to have her in it, and it was one of her first appearances on the podcast, and she got completely shit-faced drunk to the point where she was puking on the bathroom floor. So please check out that episode.
In the bathtub.
Did you record the vomit sounds? Is that on the soundboard?
I don't think so.
It was not even recording on. It was Facebook Live. It wasn't even like recording on your software.
Yeah, because I didn't have. Yeah, I did have this. I don't know. We'll have to revisit it.
So full of shit.
Anyway, here we go. Laura got us sidetracked again. I'm trying to introduce the guest, trying to get Ryan up here ready to rock. And do I sound good? I sound like I'm in a hole.
You sound great.
You sound like you are digging yourself.
No, I mean,
right
like,
in.
seriously. I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of alcohol.
No, you sound fine over here.
Well, Ryan, you're a comedian, right?
Yeah, it depends who you ask, I guess. Yeah, I've been doing stand-up for 7 years. It'd be 8, but I don't really count the COVID times.
Yeah.
I did a couple of Zoom shows back during that, which is horrible.
How did that go?
It wasn't so bad. I mean, here's the thing. The one I had that was paid was like they also wanted it to be a crowd work show, which is not what I do at all. But I was like, it's over webcam, so who cares? What's the worst that can happen? I already got paid.
What do you mean a crowd work show?
Like, so, like I write jokes, you know? So there's some comedians who just like say, who's got a birthday tonight? And then they'll riff on, you know, whoever talks. And that's not what I do. Everything I say is 100% scripted unless like I get heckled or something like that. So yeah, and it was for an autism group. So like they weren't autistic, but all their kids were autistic. So they were just anti-vaxxers. But no, they were, it was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting.
Crap. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I got to get this soundbite ready for Ryan right here, man. Where is it at? It's got to be on standby.
I'll have plenty.
Wow.
And this is what I'm going through right now is that I just finished a tour up, and so I'm just working on new material, and all of it's really bad until you get to then eventually it's good. But you got to have like 100 bad jokes before you find the one good joke. And so you just got to spit them, see what lands.
Yeah, I have been listening to comedians for 20 plus years, man. I used to listen to O&A, the Opie and Anthony show, back in the early 2000s until they broke up. And they would have comedians like Bill Burr, Jim Norton.
I love Bill Burr.
You name them, they've been on his show, man. Joe Rogan's been up there. And I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast a lot. He's a stand-up comedian, and he has other comedians on.
Yeah.
And they all talk about, the life of a stand-up. Well, what got you into it?
It was something I didn't realize that even existed, but it's something that I always wanted to do. So I originally, I just found myself writing jokes and sending them to my friends when I was, really young, 11 or 12. And then when I was 14, I found Bo Burnham. You guys may have heard of this guy on YouTube, and got really into what he was doing. I also used to watch Dane Cook a lot when I was younger, and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool to I was both my parents kind of abandoned me in a way, emotionally, and so I was like, oh, I need a lot of attention, so it's okay, you can laugh about it.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
And that's what my therapist has been doing for me this entire time. And so that's how I kind of got into it. And but I didn't actually get on stage for the first time until I was 17, and it was terrible. And then
what was it like? Were you nervous? Of course, you were nervous when you first got up there, right?
I think a little bit of nervousness, a little bit not really, just because of it wasn't a comedy venue. It was in a hookah bar. I was 17. I legally wasn't even allowed to be there, but someone just kind of helped me out.
Yeah.
And so I just forgot everything, just forgot all my material. So I just started trying to talk to the crowd. And that was a problem for the first 6 months of me doing comedy, is that I could have 5 good jokes in a row that would all land really well. And then I would get to the 6th joke, and it just wouldn't go well, and then I'd forget everything else that I had written.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so now, most of the time, I practice just in my living room to white noise anyways. Mm-hmm. So now I can do 20 minutes, and, if no one laughs, it's all right, whatever. And if anything, I'll get, I get meaner. I get worse when people aren't laughing. I start attacking the crowd, which it can be fun sometimes. I walked, 4 people probably 2 months ago who were they were really liking the show.
Well, let me stop you. What does that mean?
So they left. They left the building.
You pissed them off
so much that they left. Yeah. And
how did you get them?
Dick joke. Yeah. The guy was talking about he was I think he said, because I asked him how tall he was or something like that, and he was like 5'7.5". And I was like,
Bless his heart.
I was like, is the half in your pants or is that part of the height? And then, and that's where he eventually got upset. But they were the only people in the audience who were actually enjoying everything else I was doing. So it really backfired on me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was trying to get the rest of the audience on my side.
How could they not respect that comedy, though, if they were enjoying it the whole time? They got to know that's like part of your...
I don't know. That shit's funny. It's the half in your pants. If you're going to say I'm 5'7.5", like...
Hey, well, and that was my point. And that's what I said before then. It's like, how insecure do you have to be to say and a half?
The half.
Yeah.
Aww.
Like, I'm not very tall, but I'm never like, I'm 5'8 3/4. Like, you know, then that would
throw
just...
that half in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and all of his friends, because he was there with like 4 girls, were just telling him, because he kept talking to me, and I kept talking back, and I never sit down when I'm doing comedy. I always stand up, and I was just so annoyed. I was so done with it. I just sat down on the chair and just was like, started asking him just random questions, and then just trying to see how much I could piss him off, and we got to a good point, I guess. So
I think that's entertaining. I would love to see that.
That's honestly, I do kind of, I kind of want that. Like, I'm always scared to be in kind of like within the stage lights at a show, because I'm like, don't pick on me. But I want to be close enough where I can like see who's being targeted by the comedian.
I never sit front row at a comedy show, not because I'm worried about I'm gonna get picked on, but because it's like too, I don't know, since I've been there, it just never feels right. I always like to stand like as far back in the back as I can, because it's more of like an analyzing what's going on. Like I teach martial arts as well, and so like same thing when like fights happen, like fights would break out in high school and everyone would go crazy and they're like all excited about this fight. I'm just like, all right, he should have bobbed and weaved, and like, oh man, perfect opportunity for a roundhouse kick.
And you're like commentating on the
fight.
exactly.
I'm just like thinking it through in my head. Or like, so I'll watch a comedian on stage and they'll do something like, nope, shouldn't have done that. Should have went here instead. And so sometimes it can be hard to enjoy it from that perspective, but I try to just go in and like, enjoy the shows too, but it can be difficult.
We saw Bob Saget, rest in peace, when he was in Raleigh. Oh, what was it? October last year?
Really?
Yeah, it was
that was
it
soon.
was just a few months ago.
That's crazy.
And you can tell when these older comedians that's been doing this for years, man, how they handle the audiences.
Yeah.
Like ones that try to participate in the show.
Yeah.
Bob wasn't having it.
That's
he was
awesome.
just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear you, and he would dismiss them. And
the first rule at a comedy club: do not heckle the performers.
Well, so
I don't even think they were heckling. It was just they were trying to interact with his jokes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're saying. Like, don't talk to the talent.
Yeah. People think like improv's gotten more popular, and so people think improv and stand-up are like the same thing, and so they always want to interject, but I used to really hate it. I hated being heckled. Now I'm like, I love it. I think some of my funniest things come from when I'm getting heckled, and I'm a planner too, so I like plan what's gonna happen. So I was at an open mic one time, and this dad brought his like 4-year-old kid to this open mic.
No.
And so like everyone, like the kid was laughing, but he kept laughing at other people's jokes, like at the wrong spot, not at the punchline. And so I got up there, and so the first thing I did was I went up to the kid and I was like, "Hey buddy, what's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, Raya." And I was like, "Oh, Raya, how old are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm 4 years old." And I was like, "Raya, what's your favorite bad word?" And then I like pointed the mic at him, and his dad was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." And so then I like the audience just loved it.
That's
they were
hilarious.
they were going crazy about it. And then I went through the rest of my set, which is like dropping F-bombs and like, I mean, I was going pretty crazy with it. And because I just did my set, like if you're gonna bring a 4-year-old to a comedy club, then you're an idiot.
That's just shitty parenting.
Exactly, yeah. And so I just did my set, and then I looked, once I sat back down at the table, I looked over at the kid, and he had his headphones on, and his dad gave him his tablet, and I was like, I did it. I saved everyone. I'm a hero.
Now, and because I've never heard your comedy,
Yeah.
do you do any risque stuff?
Oh, everything. Well, what do you mean like?
Like, do you get in trouble like Chappelle does?
Oh yeah, all the
You know,
time.
like he does
Yeah.
a lot of gender humor and homosexual
Racist humor.
So
I wasn't sure where you were going with that question. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
thought maybe
Did you want him to
sexual?
start stripping?
Yeah.
Like,
I actually thought sexual at first too. The funny thing is I hate sexual comedy.
Oh, yeah?
It's not funny to me, except for Nikki Glazer. I love Nikki Glazer.
Rape jokes can be hilarious.
No, okay, so that's different.
Oh.
So I've got a couple good rape jokes.
Well, let's hear one.
So
why would keep the camera on Laura?
good rape joke.
Here's one.
Great ones. Yeah.
So this is one I've never even done this one on stage before, but I really like it. So one of my friends came up to me, another comedian after a show, and said, "Oh, Ryan, I really like your stuff, but maybe you should do less rape jokes." So that night we went to a party, and there were these two girls talking, and she said to her friend, "Hey, we walked to my car with me." And this was immediately after my friend said, "You should stay away from rape jokes." And my first thought was, two girls walking to a car together, to them that's strength in numbers. To a rapist, that's a 2-for-1 deal. I like it. And then I'll give you one more. This one I don't even consider a rape joke, but it's
You have to make Laura break.
What exactly do you consider it?
So I mean, it's a relationship joke. It's a relationship joke.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
So
This is worse.
it's like so I do a whole bit about how to keep your woman happy. Do something sweet like write her a poem, something like roses are red, violets are blue, the condom broke and I'm leaving you. And if that doesn't work, take her out to a nice dinner. It's a well-known fact that lobster is an aphrodisiac. And if she's allergic, it's the date rape drug. And yeah, I like that one. That one usually does pretty good. But here's the thing.
I'm sorry, as a medical professional, I'm going like
tough room, Laura. Woo.
she's swelling. When you have an allergic reaction
Even
to
better.
shellfish, you're
Now she's tighter.
well.
Worked out.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, see, like, what
I'll
your
just
face
be quiet
is doing.
now.
That's like, yeah. And so jokes like that, yeah, have gotten me in trouble. But then I tell people, like, think about what you're upset about right now. Like, you're upset about, like, a non-existent situation. Like, no one's going and slipping lobster into anybody's drink. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can you be upset about something so, like, nonsensical? But then also, I think, like, I don't know. That's the fun of comedy. That's why I like to do it, is because I can get up and say whatever I want.
Yeah, because that's so unreal.
Yeah, exactly.
It could never happen.
And
if
so
I put lobster in your drink, you're going to see it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Not like I'm being sneaky.
Yeah, he's gonna have to blend it up first. It's a whole task.
Oh, and then it's going to
Ugh.
be chunky. You really can't blend
my
up
God.
lobster.
There's a lobster bisque.
I feel like that would be a bad night for everyone, though, because I haven't eaten meat in like 10 years. So if I'm suddenly allergic to lobster, like, am I going to go into like asphyxiation, or am I going to shit my pants first? And now everyone's unhappy.
Ooh.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, Ted Bundy, I think, was probably into some of that stuff, like
Oh my God.
like cut your face, and I don't know.
Oh, Ted Bundy
Dex-
was. Oh no, I'm thinking the other one. The other one liked to eat the people.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ted Bundy was more of the ladies' man.
Charming. Although I was just watching a documentary on Jeffrey Dahmer, and apparently he was pretty charming too. He was just gay. So
Yeah, he did it to the guys.
yeah, exactly.
But he ate them and then
Yeah.
put them in the freezer. Dahmer, what did he do? I mean, not Dahmer, but Bundy. What did he do with the bodies?
He just left him.
Oh,
He just
Yeah.
left him. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was one who like chopped them up and pretty much just like discarded them, but I don't know.
I think that might have been. I mean, there's been so many.
Have you
Me
watched,
watching a documentary about a serial killer is the same as like chicken watching, the Food Network.
I don't follow you, but I'm with it.
No, because women are primarily the victims.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Or people don't care when men die. So
I mean,
Wait,
Well,
so why
wait.
would a chicken watch the Food Network? Wouldn't it be more like a chicken watching a KFC commercial?
Well, no, because
'Cause
the
lots of other
KFC
foods are-
commercial is not showing the butchering of the chicken.
So Food Network is?
Yeah, you watch them cut up the chicken.
Like in the
I thought you were
factory.
saying like behead the chicken on the Food Network. That's what I want
No.
to see on the
I'm
Food
sure
Network.
that might, like Contessa's Kitchen. I'm
So are
sure
you-
that's a thing.
Are you vegetarian then, or vegan, or?
I'm pretty much. It's hard. I'm like 95% vegan.
For like health reasons, or you just?
No, I just love animals too much.
Oh,
It was a long time ago. I
ate your dog, and it's traumatized you ever since.
Yeah, very. Dogs are very gamey,
Yeah, that'll
know-
mess you up.
and you can't get rid of all the fur. You know. No, I think I was unemployed at the time. My ex-husband, or my husband at the time, rather, and I had moved to Eastern North Carolina. I was having a hard time finding a job, so I just started volunteering at the local animal shelter, as I had done for many, many years before. And we got called to a farm where there were all these like emaciated like livestock, and it was the saddest thing, honestly. And then I came home and I started making like hamburgers or something, and I'm like, wow, that's fucking backward. So it was at that point I became vegetarian, and then just kind of slowly eliminated other animal products along the way.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I've always I feel bad for animals sometimes, but they just taste so good. I mean, we go to the with hunting. Like, I don't think I really want to be a hunter, but if they're dead already, I might as well eat them. Like they did the work.
Don't let me go into the desensitization of humanity and how it's so easy for people to just eat the dead carcass because you didn't have to kill the animal. I'll spare you guys that sermon.
Well,
But I would gladly I'm always gonna just do whatever is. If you were like, you won't kill an animal and go eat it, I'm leaving. I'm running over a bunny rabbit on the way home, and then I'm cooking it
But
myself.
that's such a cop-out. Like,
That's
your
okay.
car versus a bunny, that's a cop-out.
Okay, fine. I'll choke it to death with my bare hands.
Look, when
and then you can watch it on Food Network.
This is
for the
not a
chickens.
popular story, and when I was in the military, I came home for leave. I think I was 21 at the time, so I picked up my friends and we're driving to Greenville, G Vegas, going to go out to the clubs out there. And this raccoon is standing in the middle of the road. He's like standing up on his hind legs and looking around like this. And I was like, watch this. And I just swerved right into him.
Oh my God, you
Bloop,
fucking
bloop.
murderer.
I did.
I
I murdered that raccoon.
If it makes you feel better,
Not one of my proudest moments.
I've had the exact opposite of experience where a
The
squirrel.
raccoon murdered you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was actually killed by a raccoon, and thank God it can be in here in spirit.
You're doing great.
I got a laugh from you out of that one. I'll take it. No, I had a squirrel that ran in front of my car, and then I very slowly tried to align my center of my car over top of it so it wouldn't get killed, and then it just ran under my tire. So instead of having a fast death because you're like, I'm gonna hit this raccoon, it was like I rolled over the squirrel at half a mile an hour, and it was probably a very slow, painful death.
It sounds like a suicidal squirrel if I've
Yeah,
ever seen
exactly.
one.
So maybe I should have been.
The
Yeah.
poor baby.
Hey, you relieved him
Exactly.
of his
Yeah.
misery on this planet.
I
You are
just took a while.
You're the Jack Kevorkian of squirrels.
I do what I can.
But squirrels are a mess anyway. Like, there's little to nothing you can do about squirrels, honestly.
Yeah, I think they're probably the dumbest animals on the planet.
Well, they're rats that climb trees, basically.
But
Are they
honestly,
rodents?
They're rodents.
Oh.
Yeah, they are.
are they
You learn
rodents?
something new
Yes,
every
a
day.
squirrel is a rodent. Do I need to look this up?
Hey, Sir, no, I believe you.
But no, really.
I want one of those sugar gliders.
Okay. Story for you. A guy I dated in college bought a sugar glider, and it is very cute. However, they are nocturnal.
Mm-hmm.
So in the middle of the night, thank you.
Just to show you right there, mammal family of common rodent.
Thank you. I wasn't arguing that. I just didn't know.
Like I needed to prove.
Oh, wait. No, wait. Hold on. Okay, no. Continue your story. Sorry, before I interrupt.
No, it's okay. So, these sugar gliders in night, they, when they're young, they're babies, they need attention. So they make this terrible, like, high-pitched shrieking sound. And that's their way of telling you, like, wake up, motherfucker. I need attention. I wish I could remember that. It was like, and like, it's awful. So when I'd stay over at my boyfriend's, we'd wake up to that sound, and I left him shortly after.
Are you sure it wasn't like you guys were having sex and they were like, shh, quiet down?
No, I assure you that's not what that was.
So I just realized you said earlier you were on a carnivore diet, right? You're like keto or something?
Not keto. This was more restricted.
Okay.
It was like
so like
no carbs
Crohn's?
at all.
Or not Crohn's, Atkins? Atkins?
No, not really.
But if he doesn't have like some terrible like gastrointestinal disease after this.
Yeah. Well, my dad had Crohn's, and so he was on Atkins, which was like basically just nothing but meat. Yeah. So I'm just wondering how this relationships works. You're cooking up steak all the time, and
with steak, chicken, pork chops, meatballs.
And you guys eat together often?
No,
not really.
No. And honestly, the worst part about this is he's kind of taken away like one of my love languages. Is like I love cooking and I love feeding the people I care about in my life. So
she wants to feed me processed lab-made meat.
I think we're uncovering some deep stuff here, guys. Let's talk about our mothers.
Well, well, speaking of which, no. Anyway, no, that's honestly been the hardest part is like I enjoy cooking for others. So when he's like, I'm eating nothing but meat, that's kind of eliminated literally everything that I could cook for him now. However, last week, I, for the first time in like 10 years, made chicken wings for him. So, try me.
And it wasn't cauliflower, was it? Cauliflower chicken wings?
No.
But those are good. Deal. The cauliflower buffalo wings from Good and Gather at Target, that shit's delicious.
I've never tried it, but I think I'd try it once. Although I went to Buffalo Wild Wings, they had pizza-flavored wings. I was like, this sounds like the worst thing that's ever existed.
How was it?
I didn't try it. I would never try that.
I
would never try that.
That's where I feel like we differ, because if I see a menu and I'm like, wow, that sounds intriguing but also terrible, it might be enough to inspire me to want to try it.
I'm not going to spend $20 on something. There's a 50-50 shot I'm going to hate it. No way I'm going to spend the money.
You're spending $20 on wings or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I gotta
so they
like
better
them.
be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we went to Emerald Isle yesterday, and I ate the best wings I've ever had in my life.
I went to Emerald Isle like 2 years ago.
Did you go? Where'd you go?
I don't know.
We went to the Shark's Den. It's
Yeah, I can't remember what the place is called.
Their wings were amazing.
Yeah, there was
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll break into the beach house I stayed at and go into the notes. And I mentioned the restaurant then. I've got a terrible memory. I've actually got some brain issues. Like some...
They say most comedians that are really good have issues.
Yeah. Well, I
think everyone has issues. It's just comedians know how to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
And market that appropriately.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to have a mental illness, it better be funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Like head injuries. Not saying you got a head injury or anything, but
I've been hit and punched and kicked in the head quite often. I've had a lot of concussions.
Sam Kinison got hit by a car when he was a little kid.
T.J. Miller, brain cancer.
Yeah, Richard Pryor, he had a head injury. Roseanne Barr.
Oh, really?
Head injury.
Yeah, I could tell that one. I would have known that one.
They're all kind of like loose, man. Ooh, yeah.
Amy Schumer, she's definitely got something.
She's got all kinds of.
Oh, but is Amy Schumer funny?
No,
I
not
did
at
not
all.
enjoy Amy Schumer.
She jerked off a cab driver in New York.
Although,
I'm all about, like, obviously, I want women to find their platform in male-dominated industries, but she is not one of them. I'm sorry, Amy.
Who's the other one? There's another one, too. It's Amy Schumer.
The best female comedian, in my opinion, right now is Taylor Tomlinson. and she's on Netflix. But like I said, I don't like a lot of like sexual humor, and that's most female comedians. It's all sexual humor, but she's like not like that at all. Like she'll have a couple of sex jokes, but for the most part, she's like pretty clean. And like I like people who are like the opposite of me. Because half of the time I don't even watch comedy because I get worried that I'm going to accidentally like steal a joke or something. You know, you hear something and then 5 years later you're like, oh, this is hilarious. And it's just something that you watched, you know,
Oops.
a few years back. Yeah.
And then you're getting
Plagiarism.
sued
Yeah, exactly.
for everything you've ever owned.
Well, luckily I'm not cool enough or well known enough to get sued yet, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, one day. But we'll get there.
I'm here for that manifestation. I love the
Yeah.
way you said yet. So
Yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah. It's
how's the comedy scene in Raleigh?
It's interesting. I think it's hard for me to get out and do a lot of the open mics in the area. So the best way I've been able to get to know people is that I book them on my shows that I produce. And there's a lot of really good comics here, and they have the opportunity because of like Good Nights and the Raleigh Improv to like open up for some bigger names. So I think it's really like it's a great stepping stone for comedians, I think, to do comedy in Raleigh. And the people are all pretty cool. Like there's only one person I've had like sort of like butted heads with. But when I was in Tallahassee, now that comedy scene was terrible, like, because it's just a very super liberal town. And so every joke that I said was somebody was upset about it. And so, and it was always comedians. It was never audience members. It was always,
Really?
yeah, it was always other comedians. Yeah. And it's like, you wouldn't believe how many social justice warrior comedians there are out there these days. Like, you shouldn't joke about this or you shouldn't joke about that. And
Well, I'm sure those comedians aren't really making that much of
well, and so
gigs or
So what I did is, so I ended up not really getting booked much in Tallahassee because of just my style of comedy. And so I was like, oh, fine, I'll just do my own shows. And so I started producing my own shows, and I was literally the only person in Tallahassee who was paying comedians, because there was no comedy club in Tallahassee. It was just like you do it at a restaurant or whatever, and you might split tips or something, but you weren't getting any real money. And so I did these things, and then people would then the comedians who wouldn't book me on their shows were like, oh, can I do your show and this and that? And I felt so happy when I could tell them no, or like, oh yeah, I mean, I'd like to
Shoes
do
on the
your
other
show.
foot, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, and then I would do roast battles, which I really love. And like, I always I invented a rule for my roast battles that if someone was like visibly offended by something that was said, then you would chant "little bitch," and then they would automatically lose for being like offended of what the other comedian said.
Where does this take place?
Just wherever. Like the one I did there was at a theater. I haven't done one in Raleigh yet, but because I don't know enough of the comedians here to be able to get them together. But I just started doing it's called the Pitch Comedy Competition, which I just started doing in last month. And it was sort of, I mean, honestly, just a business decision. Because I was having a lot of trouble getting audience members to a show that I was doing in Chapel Hill. But doing it as a competition, I lowered the ticket prices, which is driving more people. And then the audience votes for who wins. So all the comedians, are like, hey, come on out. And then the comedians win $100 if the audience votes for them. So it really just, benefits everybody. And so I did that just last month, and that's going pretty good. I've got another one coming up in February that I think will be good. So
when in February and
I've
where?
got no idea.
So we can plan our next date night accordingly.
We do a lot of shows in Cary too, at Fortnite Brewing. Do a lot of shows over there.
Heard of that place.
I went to Fortnite Brewing by accident once.
Oh yeah.
I was looking for the kombucha brewing company and ended up at Fortnite. It was cute.
Yeah, Fortnite's really good. I'm not a beer drinker, so they'll have like their specialty ciders, and then I'll try those, and they're okay. But they're great to work with business. Almost every single show I've done there has sold out, and they're like, so I can get 75 people in there, and I've made some good money working with them. So they like I love anybody who makes me money.
So
Right.
my question is, I'm from Richmond,
Virginia?
yes, and I felt like the comedy scene was a lot bigger there.
Oh yeah, Richmond's
There
huge.
were a ton, like there's so many venues.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I went to more comedy shows in Richmond. I don't feel like it. It's a fact that I've been to more comedy shows in Richmond than I have anywhere else that I've lived collectively since. So I guess with that said, do you feel like it's like, is there competition in Raleigh? Like, are you kind of like the only one? What's the comedy scene like in Raleigh?
So I think like
I kind of just asked that question.
I know you
Literally.
did, but I'm not.
it's a little different
I
feel
mean,
like,
in
in
like,
terms
I'm
of
not
venues, you know.
asking
Well, let me see. I
what
said,
you're
so what's the comedy
asking.
scene like in Raleigh?
Yeah.
Then she said, what was that question again?
What's the comedy?
It seemed like in Raleigh. Well,
Is that what you ask? I'm sorry, I don't listen
that's
to you.
okay. But the
Proof
business
of that.
side is very different. Yeah.
Not from a touring standpoint, more so from like.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of people who I don't think like comics try to really stick together. I think so. We always try to help each other out. Like, okay, you booked me, I'll book you. Like, so in that respect, like, I think it's been pretty good. But like, what I'll say is, I'm not gonna call out any of these venues because they might want to book me one day. But like, when I have 75 people who are paying $12 a ticket at Fortnite Brewing, and then some of these other venues are struggling to get 30 people in their doors with these like big name comics, makes me feel pretty good about myself.
I think that's a question I'm trying to ask, without necessarily asking what's a comedy scene like in Raleigh. Why don't people in Raleigh want to go to comedy shows?
I don't know. They do in Cary, so we keep bringing them out there.
Okay.
But I think like also, I mean, there's just so much still like COVID nonsense, or not nonsense, but
It is.
whatever.
It's a little
Yeah.
nonsensical
I mean,
at this
at this
point. We'll all
point-
agree.
Exactly.
It's a little nonsensical.
it's like I just want everyone to get sick. Let's just like as everyone gets sick, the ones who die, they die, and then we move on.
I mean, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Get your
like,
antibodies and herd
Exactly.
immunity, and we move on with life.
Yeah, let's like make out fest. Everyone should be kissing each other, and then they can die, and then we all benefit.
And we're canceled off YouTube. Just like
And so yeah, I know now you can't no revenue on this one
Oh.
from
Oh,
Oka-Ola.
Don't worry.
Oh, go.
Callback.
That is a
Um,
callback. Yes.
What was the question? What's the comedy scene like in
what-
Raleigh?
What's the comedy scene like in Raleigh?
Why aren't there comedy shows in Raleigh? Because I felt like when I lived in Richmond, I was going to a comedy show every week.
There's just a lot of underground shows. So like one thing comedians are really bad at is business. And so like they don't know, most of them don't know anything about marketing or anything like that. So like Watson Ward, they have comedy shows sometimes. The Milk Bar has comedy shows.
The Milk Bar is a comedy show.
I love their music.
And they don't even sell milk. Get
I
the
know,
fuck
I
outta
know.
Here.
That's what the first
So
time
disappointed.
I heard Milk Bar, I was like, that does not sound like a fun place to go to. But
And
I like it.
honestly,
I like
no,
it.
it's not a fun place to go to. I've got personal trauma that occurred at the Milk Bar.
Oh, I
so-
got personal trauma from Watson Ward. I accidentally took some pills and then had a couple Long
man.
Islands, and
I went to the
Oh
milk.
my God, not the Long Island.
I went
yeah.
to the milk bar thinking it was going to be a bar full of women with big tits.
yeah,
I
well,
mean-
should have went to
Come on, I get something for
Alchemy.
that. Fuck, I'll just do it.
Is that a fantasy of yours? Do you want women
What?
lactating
hitting
on you?
shooting
It was
their
a
milk.
big tit joke. You know, milk.
Yeah, but they're
jugs.
lactating if they're milk jugs.
I don't know.
Which
That-
means they are pregnant or have been recently
That is
pregnant.
a fetish that some men like.
Is that you? Do you want to get shot in the face with
I
breast
did not
milk?
say I want to get shot in the face with breast milk. Do you?
It sounded when you were like, I wanted big tittied women at Milk Bar, but that in the Milk Bar, it's like you want to get shot in the face with a nipple.
You got what I was saying, right, Ryan? It was kinda
Yeah,
like
I mean, if I think if like
don't steal my joke either. That was
no
good.
is lactating
It wasn't that funny.
What? It was.
is lactating
funny.
like the female equivalent? No, I guess that'd be squirting. was gonna say like coming on somebody's face would be like lactating on there. Would that be the same?
Milk cocky.
Milk cocky. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'll
when
Google it
women
later.
are squirting during sex, they're not going like, "Oh, I milked on you, daddy."
I've never seen a woman milk during sex.
They do call it cream though, so dairy products. I mean, still the same.
I guess. Now you're just like really reaching.
I mean, hey.
Okay, Michael's sitting here saying he wanted to get like breast milk shot in his face. At
When
Milk
did I
Bar.
say that? I said I was disappointed because if it's called
You
the
weren't
milk
getting
bar,
shot in the
there should be
face
big
with breast
boobed women
milk.
in there.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was something along the lines of like, I went to Milk Bar and no one shot milk in my face from their tits, and I was really sad about it. Yeah, I think
That
that's what it
does
was.
sound like a legitimate Google review. I feel like someone did write that out.
And when
it'd be crazy. Like, what if the bar was actually women with just big tits and like that, and they were milking themselves.
Marketing.
That's how they would serve the drinks.
But the way Laura's thinking here, if I go to fucking BJ's to go shopping, I walk out disappointed every time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what happens.
I
to
mean,
me.
when
you go to
spending
Dick's,
that
do
much-
you walk out satisfied?
when you're spending that much for a membership at BJ's, you better walk out satisfied. You know what I mean?
Actually, most people don't know. If you ask any of their representatives, they have to give you a blowjob legally
Right.
because of the name.
Thank you.
Just look it up on the card. You'll see it.
But
You just gotta scan it first.
Every time I go to Dick's, the employees are like just actual dicks. So it's a very disappointing experience for me every time I go to Dick's.
So is that your interpretation of what dick stands for? Being a dick?
The employees
Like
are
getting the
assholes.
dick.
Yes.
Oh.
That's just because women aren't supposed to do sports, you know?
Send your hate mail to Ryan Cunningham. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's touching back on your comedy.
Okay.
Who is somebody that you look up to right now? Is there your favorite comedian out there? Who is it?
Yeah, so my favorite comedian is Anthony Jeselnik.
Okay.
So I feel like he's probably like who I am closest to in terms of like my style, just dark one-liners mostly. So I really like him. But I think more motivation for me is actually comedians who I don't like, because I'm like, oh, they're famous, I can do that. Like, they're not that funny. I can be funnier than that person. If they can make it, I can make it. So I feel like that's more motivation for me than like the people who I enjoy watching. But I also like, Dimitri Martin, John Mulaney, Bill Burr. You mentioned him earlier. I love Bill Burr.
His old Jeselnik.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if
Oh,
I've ever
let's look at him shirtless. That looks.
shirtless.
That's
Where
related
is he
searches.
shirtless?
Anthony.
Oh my God!
related
In
searches.
the related searches.
Oh,
Fun fact: he
girlfriend.
dated Amy Schumer.
Oh
Yikes.
no!
And so he said.
he is fucked up, isn't he?
Well, so
Oh,
yep,
and
there
there's
they are.
Yep. And so he was on an interview with Larry King,
Oh,
and
no.
he mentioned Larry King asked about the fact that Amy Schumer's fame and stuff like that, and Anthony Jeselnik goes, "Yeah, everything I touch turns to gold," and he's great. Like he'll after any sort of tragedy, like he'll immediately post a tweet about it, and I just love it. I love the ballsiness. Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh,
Who's
no.
that other trash comedian female? She's like super left.
Michelle Wolf.
No, she's real famous too. She has like a talk show or
Oh,
something.
Samantha Bee.
No.
Was Whitney somebody?
No, Whitney
Cummings?
Cummings is awesome. I like
Yeah, I like
her.
Whitney Cummings.
Oh my, is it?
Annie Letterman. She's not left.
Yeah, now I feel like this is just
No,
like a
she's
pop quiz of
she's like a
female
super
comedians.
Cunt. Everybody calls her a cunt too.
What does she look like? Blonde hair, brown
I
hair?
think she's blonde.
Michael, go
If
ahead. Go
if
ahead and
let's
Google
see.
super cunt.
Cunt
The comedian.
female comedian.
Yeah.
And it does not show her. Oh, Amy Schumer's there.
Top of the list.
I don't even
The only
see
blonde-
It. This is ridiculous.
The other blonde comedian I can think of is Nikki Glazer, but I love Nikki Glazer. I think like she's so funny, and she described her like one of the.
Samantha Bee and Michelle Wolf are like two of the top searches when I type
There
that
you go.
in.
But Nikki Glaser had a joke about like
Chelsea Handler.
Oh, Chelsea Handler, yeah.
Yes,
I used to really like her show.
She just went over
yeah,
the deep end.
she really did.
She wrote the funniest book, though. You have
What
to
book
read.
is this?
The Bible.
That's a good one.
Something horizontal. My Horizontal Life. She wrote that, right? That was her.
I have no idea. I don't
think
read.
that was her, and it was hilarious.
I'm just waiting for the movie, and then I'm gonna go take my AR test
I think that's called a porn.
and get the points.
I don't think there's an AR test.
Horizontal Life, is that supposed to be a
It's like a sex thing. I get it. Oh yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She probably
Hang on, let me
sleep her
fact
way
check
to the
myself.
top.
I do want to make sure
The
that was her.
horizontal. Yeah.
Chelsea Handler. Oh, God.
Yeah. There was I like Sarah Silverman's. She had a show that I liked. She's pretty left, but just like she's open
That
to
was Chelsea
opinions.
Handler.
Yeah, Chelsea Handler, Horizontal Life.
My Horizontal Life.
Is that the one where she posted like nudes too in her book?
What?
I don't know if there are
she just gets naked
illustrations
all the time.
or photos in the book.
And how does she look
not the book I
naked,
read.
though?
Not great. I mean, like
I feel
a
like she's very slender.
50-year-old woman.
It's all kind of going south.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's not bad. She's okay
Yeah, I'll pass.
for comedians. I mean,
You wouldn't even.
I would rest in peace, Betty White, but I would have done Betty White first.
I would do
It's a
Chelsea
big
Handler just for the
Story.
clout, you know?
Clout.
Yeah.
You could end up in her sequel.
Yeah, you could end up in
There you go. That's why I don't
my what's the opposite of vertical? My vertical life. And it's all about standing.
Here's all the
sexual
people I
positions.
did not fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like that if you pulled her panties down, like she's so wicked that her pussy would just be screaming at you. Like literally, it would have its own little personality and talk to you.
Have you seen like Teeth?
Yeah. Oh no,
never-
that's a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a real thing, isn't it?
I hope not.
Yeah, I think that's. Hold on.
There's no way that's real.
We're gonna look that up. Hold
If
on.
that's real, I'll be very impressed.
I feel like we've had this conversation, unfortunately, before.
I think we were talking about it, vagina dentata.
Vagina dentata?
Dentata. It's describes a folktale in which a woman's vagina is said to contain teeth, with the associated implication that sexual intercourse might result in injury.
So, I think
But is
folktale is kind of
Folktale.
the operative term here.
so
Yeah.
if a vagina has teeth, is it really more of a blowjob then?
Ooh,
Ooh, depends on how violent the blowjob is.
good
Yeah.
question.
It's kind of thought-provoking stuff that goes through my head.
I mean, so that doesn't feel too good when they use the teeth, though. So I mean, ooh, that would be.
You might
brutal.
like the scraping. Have you tried it?
Oh, not
Now
on
you got
myself.
something to
Oh,
to work
Jesus,
towards.
Here we go.
Oh, you're
Okay.
not gonna eat
I
meat
am not saying anything. So I have a story. I think it was just one of those shows that I went to in Richmond. It's kind of a chain comedy club, but there were a lot of like really big acts that came through there. And one was Jim Brewer. Came through.
That's Brewer. That's
That's a great impression. You need to be drunker to pull off the Jim Brewer.
Remember, we listened to him on Rogan's podcast that one time.
He's
driving
the
back
one
from-
who's he was in Half Baked, right? That's
Yes.
him. Okay, great. So I honestly mostly just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting my comedians crossed, but yeah, we went to see him. I was there with another couple and my husband at the time and I, and it was decent. Evidently, and this was not made awares to me until after the fact, I got up in the middle of the show to excuse myself to the restroom.
Yeah.
Evidently, Jim Brewer watched me leave. He looks over at the table I was sitting at, looks at my husband at the time. He's like, "Was that your girlfriend?"
I
And
can
he's
hear him,
like,
too.
"Yeah, my husband's like, yep." He's like, "God damn." And I guess other things were said, but I was walking back from the restroom and everyone was staring at me like, oh my God.
Is there toilet paper stuck on my shoe?
I was horrified. What happened? What did I do? And I sat down. I was like, oh my God, Ben, everyone was staring at me on the way back from the bathroom. He's like, happened. I have to tell you about it later. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then like I was making really uncomfortable eye contact with Jim Brewer all night. And then after the show, I had to take a picture of my husband with Jim Brewer. And it wasn't until after that happened.
And then Jim's like, get in here.
We're walking out to the
you.
car, and my husband's like, so here's what happened. And I'm like, I sat through like 3 hours of torment thinking I did something terrible. You know, I didn't want to get up and go to the bathroom. That's what I thought it was. It was like, it's such a faux pas to get up in the theater to excuse yourself to the restroom. And I felt like that's what happened. But no.
All right, so what?
Jim Brewer was just enjoying watching me leave.
2 things. You were sitting very close up to the front.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's why I'm traumatized now, by the way.
Second, we're going to have to keep an eye on the Raleigh Improv schedule and see if Jim
Brewer's
ever
coming to town. See if he remembers
We're going
you.
to see if we can play that over again.
And see like, it'd be...
I think I was
like
blonde at the time. I don't know if he would
You can dye your hair
recognize me
before
now.
the show.
Yeah, you know, just
That's
go blue.
easy.
Go blue, then you'll really stand out.
I don't want to stand out, okay? That was a very, like, traumatizing experience. I don't want to stand out. I don't want Jim Brewer to watch me walk out of his show.
That's who they don't attack, though. The people who, like, look weird because it's just too easy. You know, you want something... You want it to be challenging. A little... I personally, I want it to be challenging.
I've also noticed that, like, drag shows, the drag queens are, like, obviously hilarious, but they love picking on people, you know, who make any sudden movements. So now any live performance that I go to, I don't think you've ever noticed this. I stay put. I don't move. I don't want anyone like pointing me out. I am not the subject of today's conversation.
Yeah.
It was kind of traumatizing, to be honest. Sorry, Jim Brewer, if you're out there, I think you're hilarious, but what you did was terrible.
Thanks for listening, Jim Brewer.
He is awesome.
He's a high-quality
love to
fan.
see him. Who did we see? We saw Adam, what's his name?
Sandler.
No.
Sandberg.
No, the podcast dude. Why can't my memory sucks? Like, I'll know the guy's name, and it'll disappear. The Man Show. Adam Carolla.
Oh,
Yeah.
I try to forget him, too.
Yeah.
There was no way he was ever going to see me. We were all the way in the back. There were like 500 people crammed in this theater.
It was Charlie Goodnight's.
Oh, okay.
And it really was
500 people at Good Nights?
No.
No,
He's exaggerating.
really. It felt like 500.
I think they have like 40 chairs.
Yeah, well, we were
and they
sitting...
still crammed 500 people in there.
Yeah, before COVID.
Well, we were sitting right beside his live
this
feed
was
people.
in the midst of COVID.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of one of those people where, like, I don't care either way. Like, I'm young, I'm healthy, but I was uncomfortable in this environment. I can smell other people's breath.
Well,
so
it wasn't that good a show, to be honest. It was him doing his podcast.
Because Adam
and he had
Carolla
this,
is
oh my
not
God, can I talk?
funny.
I'm going to
No.
just jump over that. You know what? You're going to get sound effects all night now.
Yeah, auto-tune.
I'm going to turn her mic off.
Then you don't have a show.
Oh, Lord.
And it's just two guys talking about comedy.
Dumb shit. Sorry about all your subscribers, all three of them.
I don't even know. Okay, well, anyway, Adam Carolla. Boom. You go ahead.
No, you were
no,
saying...
No, I forgot about that.
You were banned from the server.
Okay, I guess is this a good time for me to go to the restroom? Don't talk shit about me after.
I don't. I was just going to say that Adam Carolla's show was not that funny because it was his podcast, and he brought on a couple of guests, and they were live streaming from somewhere. They had this one guy that was doing impressions of Joe Biden. It was pretty funny. But yeah, that was it.
I'm not a big impressions guy either. I do love Bill Hader. And not his impressions, but Barry on HBO. If you're looking for a show like Dexter, is very good.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah. So the whole premise is he's like, Bill Hader plays an assassin, but he goes to like one of his hits and he gets into a acting class, and then he decides he doesn't want to be an assassin anymore. He's going to pursue like a life as an actor, and then just chaos ensues trying to get free of the assassin life and get into acting.
So he's a John Wick type person that just...
Yeah, he's very John Wick-esque and just wants to be more of a Keanu Reeves type,
Well, Ron, we're going to take a 360 here. We're going to talk about Socks Off Entertainment.
Okay.
Actually,
right.
Is this a good time to pause? Because I actually do need to pee.
Oh, we can carry. Go ahead. Go pee.
No, I wanted.
I'm a hot commodity. So.
Go pee. Okay, we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are back. So what we are going to do now, we usually have, yep, I heard it.
That was
feedback.
That was not my phone. There's nothing on my feed screen.
That
was your
feedback?
microphone.
Mine's fine. Well,
No, but you heard the feedback.
I did hear the feedback. Yeah.
As soon as she picked her phone up,
No,
it
like
was
nothing happened. Like, do you think my phone just stays constantly vibrating? There's nothing here. I have zero notifications.
If it is constantly vibrating.
The feedback was actually coming from, she just peed. So that's, it happens. It's one of those things about women,
Yeah.
Their bodies are
Figure out
mysterious.
what's vibrating after I pee?
But it doesn't have to be
nothing
vibrations.
is vibrating
Doesn't have to
now.
be vibrations.
All right, so we're going to play a game tonight. We usually do Hammer Trivia, but we're getting away from that.
Oh, no.
Tonight I'm introducing a new segment to Hammered. It's going to be called Amazon Price is Right.
Ooh, okay.
And this is crazy shit that's on sale for Amazon right now, on Amazon. And you guys are going to tell me the Price is Right style,
I got this. This is going to be
$1.
easy.
So explain.
And so then you...
Price is Right. Not all of us grew up on daytime television.
Okay, seriously? Okay, you don't know Price is Right.
So you're going to buy these products for us if we get the price right?
If you get it dead on the head, yeah.
Okay.
I will buy this product for you. I will. All right.
I don't want
gonna
to
show
fund
you-
Amazon.
I'm going to show you a picture, okay? And one at a time, you're going to bid on it. You're going to say, "Oh, that might be $5." All right, and then
It's the closest without going over, right?
Closest without going over. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So Ryan is our guest, and the first item up for sale or to be bid on is a book. It's called Life with a Fat Pussy. This is a adult coloring book, complete with the crayons.
I'm going to say... Oh, complete with crowns. That changes everything.
Yeah, you can actually see a couple of them right there.
Those are colored pencils.
A color
First of
pencils.
all. I want to say $14.
$14. That is Ryan's bid.
Hey, Michael. I could just be a cheater,
Oh
but
my
at the
God.
top
Oh.
it
Does it say?
says
Does it say what the price is?
$13.95.
Oh my God. Damn.
Oh my God.
That's pretty fucking
right.
close though. $14. And I didn't
But
see
you
that.
went over. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'd say it's approximately $13.95. You should have done it.
That-
You should've done
You
it.
know, I really had a moral dilemma.
I would have
Uh,
cheated if I were you.
All right, I got to get that out. Hold
All
on.
right, now everyone close your eyes while I pull up the next picture.
Damn it. Okay, let me change these file names.
That's hilarious.
And we'll just do that. All right, so the next item up to bid on is both of these nuts candles.
That's a candle?
A candle, yeah.
Okay.
This candle, the Candle Daddy, both of these nuts, banana nut bread, hazelnut vanilla.
Candles are always expensive. I'm gonna let you go first on this one. You're a woman, so I feel like women know candles a lot better.
$24.95.
$24.95.
6 ounces, yeah.
6 ounces. That's pretty small.
She's probably bought a few candles before too, so it's
Not
probably-
from Amazon.
I've only ever bought Walmart candles. I'm gonna have to say $24.96.
Oh my God, Ryan is a slick motherfucker. It's $25.
All right.
Oh, Ryan takes the lead.
Okay, I'm
That's my
looking
bidding
for the
strategy, too.
$25 on
On the
this. I
screen.
knew it was on there somewhere.
And it was. I had to take it off.
And I must have missed that one. I should have taken my chance when I had it with the Fat Pussy coloring book.
Well, with that one, it was so crazy that it was like 95 cents. Who does that? I feel like
On
that's so weird.
Amazon?
Yeah, everything is exact price. Oh, I guess maybe if it was used. Was that the new price?
That's the price I was looking for. That might have been the on sale price after the discount. All right, Ryan. Next item up for bid is a grow a girlfriend. If you can't get a date, this is the perfect mate. Drop me in the water for a lover that's made to order.
$5.
$5, Ryan?
$6.
Ryan is right again. It's $5.77.
God damn this 77 cent
Wow.
stuff.
77
$5.76. Why? I don't understand this. It used to, in the rule, it used to be like $5.99.
I would also like to point out, like, the market price for things on Amazon does fluctuate. So, like, what is, now that the value of Grow Girlfriend has increased just from being on the
podcast,
show.
yeah.
It grows 6 times its original size. So how big do you think that makes that? 'Cause
Like
right now it's
6
about
inches.
3 inches.
Oh, that's 3 inches?
Maybe 2 or 3 inches.
I feel like
so
it might
it's
be
like the
smaller
size of
than
a.
that.
No, I don't know.
I mean,
It's
you're
kinda
not
hard to
getting a
tell.
blow-up doll out of this.
I don't even know what's.
That's actually how they hire all the milk bar waitresses. They just throw them in some water and watch them grow.
Okay, let's move right on to our next one. Let me take the price out here. All right, we've got a Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage and a banana waterproof sticker.
Oh, this is a sticker. I thought it was like a cutout board or cut. What is it? Wood?
Yeah, like a
cardboard
cutout. Yeah.
That'd be cooler.
All right, who's up first? It was
hear.
Laura.
I went first last time, so
No, I
Ryan
went
after
first.
you.
I said $5. Remember?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, sorry. I forget that the first round, the $13.95 Fat Pussy coloring book, was not included.
Sexy Nick Cage making a comeback.
$1.98.
I'm actually going to say $3.64.
Ryan's really good at this. That's 3 in a row. This is $4.77 again.
Oh, 77 cents.
It sounds
That's
like the
part of my
men in the
next
room
guess.
are spending way too much time on Amazon.
It's just, I know how they price things so stupid that I was a sales guy for a long time, selling Nicolas Cage stickers left and right.
Banana
So I got all
ones?
my experience. Yeah, with bananas. Yeah.
I want to know what the story is with the banana. Why a banana? Is there a deal with Nicolas Cage and banana?
That is the cage.
I'd be really upset if I peeled a banana and
All
Nicolas
right.
Cage were inside.
Our next item is the over-the-hill exerciser. Keep that love muscle in shape. Guaranteed if in 30 days you are not completely satisfied, you can try some other excuse. We really don't care. And what this is, it looks like you put it on your dick and you, lift weights.
First of all, they did not spell guarantee correctly.
Did they really? You're right. They didn't. Guarantee.
Guarantee.
That sounds like some like a drink. Guarantee.
That they serve at the Guar Bar in Richmond.
With the over-the-hill exerciser.
I would say this is probably $13.77.
I'm going to say like $9.
Oh, you both went over.
Oh.
Nobody gets any points for this one.
Wow.
$8.
$8.
$8 to get you a stiff, hard, erect penis. Wow.
And I keep getting text messages for that, so.
You could get that in Thailand
Yeah.
for that amount. Oh,
For $8?
No, Jesus. Oh, God.
Well, the plane tickets are expensive. The 12-year-olds are cheap.
I mean. All right, next. A 3D simulation
Ooh.
bread-shaped plush pillow.
I want this. $27.99.
Michael, it's at the top.
I just realized I didn't edit that one.
Okay, too late.
You know what? You're getting blown out anyway. So here's the last one. Let me take the price off.
I would pay $30 for that. This one is actually reasonably priced.
I've always wanted to sleep with my bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bread in bed.
Does the geisha girl come with it?
Yeah, you just got to get like an anime pillow too and then complete the set.
All right, here you go. This is disgusting. A placenta plush baby's first roommate 10-inch odd baby gift stuffed toy.
I think it's your turn to go first.
A placenta pillow. Ugh.
Sorry, I'm recovering from just how gross that is.
This is beautiful.
Look how
Oh, I didn't notice
realistic
its
that
face
looks.
until just now.
Oh, God. Wait, where?
Look up. It's got a little smiley
There's a
face.
Oh,
face?
Yeah.
God, right here.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Nice.
God.
Yeah. That's cute.
I have seen an internal organs plush pillow set, and like that was cute, but like there wasn't a placenta.
10 inches seems really small for a pillow. It's a baby pillow. That's right.
I'm still $13.
I feel like pillows, they go for a lot these days. I want to say 15.27.
Ryan once again wins. It's actually $27.99.
Oh wow, that is an expensive 10-inch pillow.
Expensive pillow. Congratulations,
Is it
Ryan.
made out of a
That's
real
right.
placenta?
Yes. Actually, I heart guts, so.
I like actual.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Ooh, that's a good one. Some Adam Sandler.
Who's like, let me make a plush pillow out of Afterbirth.
I had
Well-
a business idea where I wanted to take hot dogs and like just put them in like little weird sceneries and then take pictures of them and like make it into a calendar. So like a
That's
hot
kind
dog
of cute.
on a bench or like a hot dog in space.
Oh, you got to add somebody sucking on a chili dog in that calendar.
I think that's like a regular position for a hot dog to be in. Maybe I should do a fat guy's calendar.
Sucking on chili dog.
They're all chili dog.
Come
What
on,
song
baby.
is that?
We were just talking about Jack and Diane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, John.
Did he say?
Cougar Mellencamp.
Is that a part of the lyric?
Yeah,
sucking on a chili dog? Wow.
Yeah, there's like a T-shirt too. It's got a picture of John Cougar Mellencamp. It says, "Beware, do not let this guy
Near your chili dogs.
eat chili dogs or something." Yeah.
I like the way you, like, to this day insist on inserting the cougar. It's just John Mellencamp.
It's John Cougar Mellencamp.
When I feel like when he wrote the song about
Sucking
Jack
on
and
He didn't-
Diane,
he didn't have a
he
middle
was
name?
just John Mellencamp.
Is it John Bon Jovi or Bon Jovi?
John Jovi.
It depends on if he's solo or if he's in the band, because the
Oh
band
my
was
God.
Bon Jovi.
All right, we got to digress. Ryan's got to get ready to get out of here.
I'm trying to go jump on some trampolines tonight.
Before Ryan get out of here, hey, tell us
Ooh.
about your business venture, Socks Off Entertainment. What's that about, man? Tell us.
Yeah, so Socks Off Entertainment, we do pretty much anything that you can think of entertainment-wise. So from kids events, like we've got a parent-child Valentine's Day dance coming up. And then we've got people spitting vulgarity on the stage through comedy shows, karate tournaments, singles events, pretty much anything you can think of. So really the best way to check it out is just go to socksoffent.com or look us up, Socks Off Entertainment on Facebook. And that's a great way to see some of my other content as well from comedy. And yeah, we just do a little bit of everything.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna definitely check it out. Check out some of your singles events. You know?
Yeah, I'm in the competition right now in the competitions room. Got your speed dating going on.
Yeah, well, I had to cancel my last one because of lack of interest. I think it was because
really?
of the location, man. Nobody wanted to go to Youngsville.
I got you.
No one wants to go to Youngsville?
Yeah.
Youngsville does suck. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and people think speed dating's easy to run, but it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah,
It's a lot of work.
I do vendor events for the business too, and that's the hardest. The vendor event and the tournament so far have been like the most stressful.
Yeah.
But they're great events, so make sure you guys come out.
Yeah, man. Plug them up. You can go to www.socksoffent.com.
Oh, don't look at my Instagram.
Why not?
It's
That's
so
all
old.
I do.
The Instagram is so
Oh.
old. I have not posted anything new since.
Check out Ryan's Instagram.
Except for on Instagram. Ryan Cunningham, comedian on Instagram is
Okay,
current.
fine. God, I just had to follow both of these.
All right, Ryan, we'll let you get out of here, brother. Hey, thanks for coming in, being a guest on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was fun. Thank you.
All right, Laura, thanks for coming in.
She's
No,
like, go
thank
fuck
you.
yourself.
No, really, it was my pleasure.
All right, folks, bye.
Is this the right Ryan Cunningham?